Welcome to Surviving Your Storm podcast, where we explore emotional wellness, forgiveness, self awareness, and initiative taking wellness. And now, your host, Sunshine Johnson.
Self-confidence. Let's talk about it. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Surviving Your Storm podcast. I am your host, Sunshine Johnson, and this is episode number 5. I want to say thank you for all the podcast family members. And if this is your first time, please welcome to the family. If you haven't gotten a chance yet to become one of our family members, you can follow me on Spotify, and you can also follow me on my YouTube channel, Surviving Your Storm podcast. I upload a new episode every Monday on my podcast platforms at noon. And for my YouTube channel, I upload on Mondays also at 5 p.m. Okay. So, self-confidence, self-worth, self-esteem. What do they all have in common? Self. Yes, you got it right. Self. People tend to say that they all mean the same thing, but they have a slight variation of difference between all of them, but pretty much 90% they are the same. So for self-esteem, that talks about believing in yourself. No, self-esteem actually talk about your personality, right? Your personality, your appearance, your success that you have, your intelligence. And when your self-esteem is high, then you feel like you can do anything. You can conquer the world because you're in high spirits. However, when your self-esteem is low, then it rides into your self-confidence. And your self-confidence, that's the one in believing in yourself, believing in your skills, believing in your abilities, and believing that you can do something. And when you can do something, you make a commitment to do a particular goal in your life, and then you are able to do it. But when your self-confidence becomes low, then you feel like you can't. And you start using words such as, I can't do this, and I can't do that, because you don't have the confidence that you are going to do that well, whatever it may be. You don't feel like you're going to do that well. So you now have low self-confidence. And when you have low self-confidence, that it rides into your self-worth. And your self-worth are your thoughts and your feeling that you have about your own value as a person. Do you value yourself? Or do you feel unworthy? So all three of them comprised together pretty much means the same thing. If you're having good self-esteem, then your self-worth will be high. And your self-confidence will also be high. And once one of them is low, then you just feel low. And then your emotional wellness becomes low also. And then this is where you may get into feelings of feeling sad, or feeling depressed, or feeling discouraged about life within itself. Sometimes with self-esteem, that can be eroded when we were younger, or even now. Someone can say something to you like, for example, I don't like the dress that you're wearing, it doesn't look good on you. And that makes you feel unworthy, makes you feel like, what's wrong with my dress? I like it, but you don't like it. So now you feel like you shouldn't even like that dress. Even though it's just another person's opinion of what you are wearing. If you like it and you feel strong within yourself, then that won't be a problem. But if your self-esteem is weak, then you're going to feel very bad about that dress that you want, and you may never wear that dress again. Sometimes there are people who say things to us teachers in the school may say, oh, you're the dumbest child in the class, or you can't do this, or you can't do that. Why are you so lazy? things that it's not really true, because they don't take the time to even figure out what's going on, but they say things that are mean, and then you take it and interpret it into something different. We put our own interpretation of what people say about ourselves, and then it brings down our self-esteem, our self-confidence, and our self-worth. I'm going to give you an example about a time where I felt like my self-esteem was totally eroded. And all it was is just that somebody said something that made me take a good look at myself. So when I was about 17 years old, I had a friend that I was talking to. He was a boy, and we were just really good friends. But my sister said to me, after seeing this person come into the house quite often, that boy is no good for you. And I couldn't figure out why she said that. So I questioned her. I said, why did you say that? And she said, because, he's a pretty boy. He's handsome, and he's no good for you because all he's going to do is just use you. And she said that, and I thought to myself, wow, because he's handsome, that means I'm not looking good and I can't be with somebody who is handsome. And I just never saw myself the same way, and I never saw the friendship that we had the same way, because each time we talk, my self-esteem went down so low that I feel like I'm not worthy to speak to this person, even though we were just good friends, because he's going to want to use me because he's handsome. Now, was that true? It wasn't true. It's just that my sister had her thought about people who are handsome or pretty and feeling that they use people. But I didn't feel that way. But from that moment, I had a profound shift in my mind that said to me, I am not good enough to be around anybody who is prettier than me or more handsome than me, much less to date them. And so I went back into my little shell, and when it comes to relationship, at 17 years old, I just didn't want to be with anybody. Now, when my sister said this to me, she wasn't trying to say, hurt me in any way or form. It's just that she had her thought about something, how people look and the value of a relationship, but it wasn't my value. She wasn't trying to hurt me, but I took it on as a hurt. And even though I was able to overcome it later on in life, when I was 17 and 18 and 19, I just didn't want to be around anybody because I felt like I was not worthy to be with anyone who is handsome. So you can see that people can and will say things to us in life. They're not trying to be mean to us. They're not trying to let us feel bad about ourselves, but they don't know the impact of the words that they say to another person. And that's one of the reasons why we just have to be very impeccable about the things that we say to ourselves and also to other people. Because what someone can say to you can erode your self-esteem, your self-confidence, and your self-worth. But I want to talk to you about 3 ways of how you can improve that. If you feel down and out and you're mentally stressed about things that people always say about you that make you always putting you down, you're not good enough, you're not strong enough, you're not doing it right. Yeah, I have 3 things that that I want to support you with that can help you. Now, the first one is self-love. Love thyself. Love yourself tremendously, so that it doesn't matter when someone says something to you, it will just bounce off you. It will never matter to you because you know who you are. You love yourself unconditionally. Take care of your mind, take care of your body, take care of your soul. Self-love is one of the best things. You got to be so careful of the self-talk when it comes to you. Because if you hear negative stuff and start repeating them in your mind, then what is going to happen is, if anything good that you had about yourself, you're erasing that and putting the negative thing on your mind. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So you want to love yourself tremendously. Okay? And don't care about what anybody else say about you. And when you truly love yourself, nothing will penetrate you. The second thing I want to talk about is affirmations. Yeah, I wanted to talk about something else, but I'm going to go into affirmations. Affirmations are great. If you have negative thoughts about yourself, like I'm not good or I'm not bad, replace them with I am good. You know, I am not a bad person. Just because somebody said it, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. So you want to use positive thoughts, positive words. Let your words become impeccable for yourself. And when they become impeccable for you, they will also be impeccable for other people. Because you will learn to respect yourself, that you will also respect other people. So learn to have, say a positive thing about yourself. Now I wrote some stuff down and I just want to go over a few of them that you may be able to use. So you can say, I am happy to be me. I'd rather be me than someone else. I am a worthwhile person. I am as valuable a person as anybody else. I have the qualities I need to live well. When I look into my eyes in the mirror, I have a pleasant feeling. I don't feel like an overall failure. I can laugh at myself. I like myself even when others reject me. And I love and support myself regardless of what happens. So these are some of the things that you can write them down and put them on a cue card and take them with you. And you can always listen to them over and over and over again and say them, practice them for yourself. Okay? And the third thing is always going back to scripture. Now, the Bible has many things that talk about our self-esteem and our self-worth. So I just want to read 3 small ones to you. And the first one, actually I'm going to do 2 of them. The first one says, though an host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. So though people may say things about you, they may trash talk you in whatever way, you are going to not fear them and you are going to have confidence. And the second one is Philippians 4:13 in the King James Version. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. That is one of the biggest verses in the Bible. You have the strength, you have the power, you can do whatever you want in your life. Nothing that other people say about you should ever become your reality. Their perceptions is just a perception. You get to let it go. You get to be you. So you get to have self-love for yourself. You get to practice some affirmations, and you also get to learn from the Bible, what does God say about your self-confidence, your courage, your confidence, your self-worth, your esteem, your overall self. You know, just be you. That's it. Just be you. So I want to thank you guys for coming again to Sunshine Through the Storm. It's a pleasure just having you here with me every single week as I come and talk about emotional wellness and how I can support you guys in gaining wellness for yourself. Now, if you have not already started following me on my platforms, please go ahead and do so. I would truly appreciate it. You can find me on Spotify, and you can also find me here on Surviving Your Storm podcast on this YouTube channel. So I will see you next week. Thank you.